can it normally takes a hard element of suffering to wake up, right? So do you think people can wake up with no suffering?
This is something we said when we did the episode with Gilly.
Yeah.
Call it God, call it nature, call it reality, call it randomness.
Yeah.
Whatever this container is we're in.
Yeah.
The way it seems to work is that it will beat you over. It will whisper the lessons you need to learn first. Then, as Oprah Winfrey says, then it will knock. Then it just get louder and louder, and it will beat you over their head if it needs to until you learn. It'll just keep. It's like an alarm that you keep snoozing, but it keeps getting. All right, you're not waking up, and it gives you every opportunity. But if you refuse to learn the lesson, nothing can force you. So if everyone has the same wake-up calls and things, it doesn't work. It's too obvious.
Yeah.
And our dynamic, it's almost like you have to earn your awareness in this life. There's a lot of people who look like they have a lot, but don't necessarily. They will tell you they're happy. They will tell you they're lucky, that things are going well for them. But it's so often they've buried the true voice, and they're locked onto this story they want to tell themselves about life. I've done it so much. I've done it so much, right?
Yeah, I'm always.
It doesn't feel accurate to say I'm unhappy. So you say, yeah, I'm things are going well, business is good, study's good, school's good.
I'm doing what I need to do.
Yeah. Is it? But you really just feel like you're making progress towards something. But when you're attached to things, right? Even if you're, as we've talked about, even if you're super rich, you've got everything, cars and all that. Like the book I'm doing now, The Norm Character. You can have it all, but if it comes from a place of attachment, you're pursuing the wrong things, you won't be able to really enjoy it, and your experience will be negative. You still have anxiety. You'll still be defensive about things like, do I have as much as that person or that person? Even if you're at the top, you're worried about who's coming to get you. You see that in Voldemort's character a bit. There's no peace.
No. And
so that to me is nature trying to teach you the lesson. And it's, when I say that, it's exactly the same as if this was a full of coffee, hot coffee, and I put my finger in and it would hurt me. The pain is to teach me a lesson. I'm not going to have a good life if I'm putting my fingers in hot liquids. That's the same thing with existential flu, feelings of angst, feeling fuzzy, feeling paranoid. All those things are part of, just like when you're sick, it's a sign to slow down. That's why you're feeling the symptoms. Your body's telling you something. It's giving you information. And your feelings, while sometimes we catastrophize about them and take it too far, we wallow in them. When it doesn't feel right, when you have what you think you should have, it's information. It's saying that maybe the story you were fed was wrong. And that's the attempt to wake you up. I just will finish because it's your question, but it's done very well, less so in Harry Potter as it is in the first of the Chronicles of Narnia books, The Magician's Nephew it's called, which is a very much like an Adam and Eve story, but instead of Adam and Eve and all that, you got kids from the real world going to a new world. Aslan the Lion is basically God, and the Wicked Witch, the White Witch or whatever, is like the devil. And she has the fruit or whatever that keeps her immortal or whatever, and she takes the fruit from the tree. And Aslan goes, yeah, she's got the good fruit that keeps her immortal, which is what she wants, but it doesn't last, and it doesn't feel good. But she's got all this power, but she regrets it even now. She's not having the experience is not good, which is where all her bad behavior, that bad behavior, mistreating people, always comes from somewhere. You can't be a fulfilled person and constantly hurting people. It doesn't work that way. It's one of the signals. So you're always being given the opportunity to wake up. But if you refuse to accept it, and I know people who disasters have happened to them because of their behavior, but they don't choose to see it. And so they continue on a dangerous trajectory. I've seen it with people in their businesses and personal lives, and something happens because of their actions. And they think, oh, that's just bad luck, what happens to me. And then, therefore, they're going to continue on their current course.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so that's where every single one of us, I think, is always being given the opportunity. Because, and I don't think, this is why I think fiction is so powerful to take these lessons. I don't think it can be explicit. Like hearing a voice in your head from you know, hey, you're on the wrong path. Wake up.
Wake up.
You know?
DeMello's voice kicks in.
Yeah.
Wake up.
It can't be that way.
No.
Because if you were going to listen to a voice like that, as DeMello says, you'd just be programmed.
And thing is, you'll never know.
Yeah, you'll never know.
If it's the right...
Is that God's voice or am I schizophrenic? Like, you know?
Yeah, but you'll also never know. You only... I don't know. Even then, even when things happen, there's still the faith that you need to have.
Exactly.
Well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Just, yeah, if you were taking instructions...
Yeah, then you'll go...
You'd have to wait for the next instruction.
That was what
right?
That's what the signal said. It makes
It's
sense.
like delegating things at work. It's like micromanaging.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you managed to do this thing the way I wanted because I micromanaged it. But that means also if I want you to do it as well next time, I need to be back there micromanaging you.
Yeah.
That's how micromanagers form that feedback loop of justifying.
Sure.
Micromanaging. Anyway,